Hey there, my name is Renee Prince, and I'm a clinical herbalist. I'm also a traditional healer, and I live in Asheville, North Carolina. I also have a home in Florida. My specialty is critical care and emergency care, so like cancer care and things that are critical, medic units, food pantries, first aid. And I am talking to you tonight because everybody's asking me to report in if I see certain things. And so I always start out halfway through the day thinking about how excited I am to speak to you guys so that I can tell you good things. And then maybe it's like the attrition of all of it. By the time I get in front of you, it's just exhausting. But I try to be as positive as possible, even though I'm very emotional right now, and I'm sorry. So I'll start out with, today's a good day. Like, I feel like I helped people. I feel like other people helped people. I feel like we're doing a really good job, that the communities and the families are helping each other, and that they're working really hard and it's getting things done. And so I want to say that, like, first of all and foremost, it's happening. Like, we're getting it done. What I want to talk about most, and it's something that I don't want to be divisive, but what I'm being asked for is the truth of what I see. It may not be your truth, and you may be somewhere else and see something different, but I am a truthful person that is in service, meant to be in service their whole life. So I'm not gonna tell you something that is not going to help. So I was in two places today. I was in Swannanoa, Black Mountain, and got into Chimney Rock. I was assigned to Chimney Rock, so I wasn't going to be like looky-loo. I was going to help with something very specific. So I had an address to go to and everything. And the fact of the matter is, plain and simple, the route that I told was clear was blocked by military trucks. And there was no getting through that area. There was no logic as to why I wasn't allowed. And I can tell you why, how I know that to be the truth later on. I was going to meet a group of people that have coordinated not only independent personal airlifts, but rescue missions, Swiftwater and others that were very successful, that are private people, that are run by some retired special ops. So my point is, they're safe and they're very regimented and very to the point, and I was asked to support in a certain manner. And so I had a destination to go to. I had names that I could use, and absolutely they just weren't hearing it. And I don't really understand why. I come from a line of military and first responders, and I do understand the concept of, like, their hands are tied. Like, all the boots on the ground that are trying to help, those people are in service, so don't get mad at them. Like the FEMA workers and the actual soldiers, they're there to help. It's just the bureaucracy that goes with it that's an issue. So what I did, because I just don't absolutely ever take no for an answer when it comes to helping or being in service, no one's going to tell me that I can't go to a family, go to a friend, go to a stranger, and swoop them up and make them feel better and help their bleeding of their heart or their body. No one's going to tell me no. Certainly not a federal government. That I'll go down fighting with that any day. I'll do it just because you said no, because you're not going to tell me I can't help someone. So I found my way through. I sat outside and looked at the map and kind of guessed what was going on and kind of oriented myself through, and I did get through. So when I finally got through and turned myself backwards and could see the truck barricade backwards, it was just like, there's no reason for this. I knew exactly where I was. The roads were no worse off than they had been in any of the other places I had been in. Burnsville, Spruce Pine, Marshall. Like, it's all bad. It's all really, really, really bad and unstable. And they were letting us through in those places. These roads weren't any worse than that. There was no reason for it, is my point. It was solely just to keep control over what was happening. And if you wanted to keep looky-loos out and like Instagram people out, then you would just simply ask for your destination and help them get to that destination. And even that, I think, is intrusive. So I don't want to make anybody upset by getting like on a bandwagon of that. But what I do want you to know is, especially if you're listening from those areas, like, we're trying to get to you and we're trying to help and we're here for you. And there is issues getting there. And so here we are. So, okay, that's fine. I just wanted to say that. Like, I want to make sure. The only other thing I'll add with that is, it is as bad as you think. No words. Just completely washed out. Like, absolutely no words. So I think we did good. I mean, like, I think we helped people today, and, you know, just pray for all of them. Now, the added thing I want you to know about any of this is each thing is changing day by day for need. And one of the things I always say, like, I teach our students, I'm an herbal teacher and I'm a traditional skills teacher and a survival teacher. And one of the things I say is that just don't look away. Like, just pay attention. The act of you being present is medicine. Like, just pay attention. Just don't look away. Don't think someone else is going to do it. And so I do want to say that this is happening because people are willing to actually do physical work. So the need of supply is going to change tomorrow on the mountain, especially. Like, it was so windy today on elevation, especially. We're looking at a high in the 50s and a low in the 30s. And that's not at elevation. And that's not wet. And that's not without shelter. So that there's going to be need for the things that would keep you warm. Gas and heaters and wool socks, and only by the grace of the people who have been helping that I have what I need, and I have like wool socks on right now. And so just the thought of that, like thinking about shifting the gears of what's needed that way, and we'll continue to let you guys know. But then the other thing is actually people doing something. Again, I don't want to be super negative, but people keep asking, like, what can I do to help? What can I do to help? If you're far away and you're helping in another way that you can, please don't think that I'm picking on you. But the idea that I'm hearing from a lot of people about, we're going to have a meeting about this, or we're going to have a meeting about that, or we're going to organize this, or we're going to organize that. While you're doing that, I'm going to chop wood and carry water. There's a lot of talking going on and gathering going on, and not a lot of doing going on. And I've seen this in the past. Like, I kind of grew up with a doing family, an in-service family. And the idea that while you're chirping, chirp, chirp, we'll go ahead and carry the buckets, dig a hole, cut the firewood. We learn in our traditional healing school and with our elders that if you're in the trenches of some ceremony, if you're fire tending and you don't know what to do, if you're helping and you don't know what to do in the middle of ceremony, put your head down and chop wood and carry water. And it's the idea of, if you just focus on the service, things actually get done. So while everybody's having a meeting, everybody's gathering and having a meeting, day 17, 18, there's normal people who are simply just climbing over the piles and helping. And so the idea of don't look away, anything you can do, do. If you pray, pray. If you light candles, light candles. If you manage the forces, manage the forces. If you can talk to people and get them where they need to go, do that. If you can use a chainsaw appropriately, do that. If you're strong and can carry water, do that. So the idea of actually putting into action what you have in your heart. Lots of these people have really good hearts, but I don't see any action out of them. For real. And what I need right now, and what everybody needs right now, is help. That we're going to be tired. We're going to get tired. I think the reason why I get so teary with you guys by the end of the day is simply just because I'm tired. And so with the helicopters going over and the tears even of gratitude and the constant worry about you slipping, the constant worry about how you're going to wash your hands, the constant worry about the people that are missing, the constant worry about whatever, it wears you down, and many hands make light work. So why don't we stop having meetings and then just show up and do the work? If you're capable of doing that, do it. Don't leave it to just a few. And then the people that are, like I said, I'm not picking on the people that just physically cannot come and help. I mean, by all means, I'm not. But too many people look away. Be who you hope to be now. Don't hope. Do it. If in your heart you want to be in service, serve. If in your heart you want to pray, pray. If in your heart you want to hand out medicine, actually do it. Hand out the medicine. Don't need anything special. Just go help somebody. Help the first person that you see that's in need tomorrow morning. The very first one. Don't wait for an opportunity to be perfect. Simply notice them. Help them have a better day. That being said, I'm grateful for today. Today was a good day. Those helicopters going over make it seem like we're in a war-torn area, and the people that are still missing, that's flippin' brutal. But seeing everybody work together and seeing how hard the people who are showing up and actually doing stuff are, like how diligent they are, it's so inspiring. It's an awesome thing. It's great. So I'm going to leave it with that. Like, I'm going to say that. Like, we're going to leave it with that. For the next 4 nights in a row, I'm going to work wellness medic, spiritual medic as well. 4 nights in a row at 4 different places. If you want to know where that is, if you want to come to any of those, everything's always free, of course, right? And so I'll deal with anything that you can't deal with. I will hug you, I will cry with you, I will give you something for a virus, I will give you something for sustos, for frights. And so I'm going to work night medic as late as anybody needs me to. So in the day, we're going to dig, move, build, make pathways through our hearts and through people's yards. And at night, I'm gonna do that kind of outreach. So if anybody needs any help and you're in this area, in like the Asheville area, I will direct you to wellness places where you can just feel normal for a second and rest a little bit. And I'll try to help you feel better with the help of our beautiful plants and the earth. Remember, be the change you want to see. Don't wait to be who you think you are. Be it now. Make a change. Thank you. I'm sorry if it sounded like a rant, but I want people to help. So thank you for all the help I've been getting. Have a good night.